Hi, welcome back to Anges Pilates. So this next set of exercises is more for your upper body, sculpting your arms, toning your shoulders and your arms, and obviously working your core at the same time. I've had a couple of requests for this, so this is a shout out to you ladies. I hope you enjoy it and I'd love to hear your feedback. Let's get started. So let's start off with a little bit of a warm up through the spine. So I'd like you to come onto all fours. Place your shoulders above your wrists, your knees underneath your hips, and you want a long spine from the crown to the tailbone. So we're going to start off breathing in through the nose, tuck your tailbone under. Lift your navel right up to your spine, exhale out your mouth and tuck your chin. Take a breath in again, ripple out, tailbone leads away. Find that long line in the center, then bring your chest through your arms and lift your eyes. Let's go again. So you're going to round your lower back, then your middle back, and then your upper back. Beautiful stretch for the spine. Take a breath in, ripple out, tailbone leads the way. You want to find that long line in the center. Bring your chest through and lift your eyes. Let's go again. Lower back, middle back, and then your upper back. And then let's ripple out and find that long line in the center. So keep that long line in the center. We're going to come into some lateral flexion. So pick up your one arm, reach your fingertips to the ceiling, pull your shoulder back. Exhale, you're going to thread the arm through, rest the side of the face on the mat and anchor your sit bones on your heels. Then inhale, come back towards me, open your shoulder. Exhale and come onto all fours. Let's change. Back arm, breathing in, pulling that shoulder right back. Exhale, thread through, rest the side of the face on the mat, anchor your sit bones. Let's go again. Breathing in, open your chest. Exhale, come onto all fours. Front arm, breathing in, try and reach the ceiling, relaxing the shoulder. Exhale, thread through, rest the side of the face on the mat. And again, breathing in, shoulder pulls back, opening your chest. Exhale, come onto all fours. Last one, inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, thread through, anchor those sit bones. Inhale, pull that shoulder back. Exhale and come onto all fours. So make sure your shoulders are above your wrists. We're going to inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, you're going to lift your sit bones towards the ceiling and you're going to try and anchor your heels. Now, if you don't have the hamstring length, that's okay. You just soften your knees a little bit, but you're aiming to get those heels as close to the floor as you can. Spread your fingertips and press down firmly into your palms. Into a traditional down dog position, just let your head hang. Beautiful stretch, the back of the legs, the spine. Then take a breath in. We're going to engage the abdominals as you float forward, shoulders above your wrists and your knees float just off the mat. Spine is long. Exhale, spike your sit bones. Anchor those heels if you can. Soften your knees, press your chest towards your thighs, relax your head. Let's go again. Breathing in, navel to spine. Make sure your shoulders are above your wrists. Spine is long, soften your elbow joint. Exhale, spike your sit bones. And each time, using the out breath, you're trying to stretch just a little more. Letting go through the shoulders. Inhale, knees float just off. Spine is long. Exhale, spike those sit bones. Press your chest towards your thighs and feel that beautiful stretch. Tuck your chin, release your neck. Let's do two more. Breathing in. Knees float just off, shoulders back and down. Exhale, spike your sit bones. Anchor those heels. And again, breathing in. So starting to engage those abdominals. Knees float just off. Exhale, lift those sit bones. Anchor those heels. Press down firmly through your hands. And now try and press your entire body towards your legs. Beautiful stretch. Stay with the breath. Inhale, last one. Float your knees off. Shoulders back and down. Hold it. And land your knees. Beautiful stretch. Knees wide, toes together. Let's press back, child's pose. Anchor your sit bones, releasing that spine, releasing through the lower back. Walk your fingers away. And let's come now into some scapular isolation. So you're going to land your elbows underneath your shoulders. You're going to take your knees a little wider than your hips, behind your hips. Don't leave your body weight there. You want to shift forward, but at the same time, make sure you're not sinking down into your hips. You want to pick your hips up. Now, we do a lot of work through our shoulders in Pilates, so this is going to help you identify those shoulders by isolating them. Option if you have a shoulder problem, a back or neck, to stay here on your knees. Otherwise, tuck your toes, lift your knees off, and come into one long line. So I'm going to show you one wrong one first. You're going to lower your chest, but a lot of people do this with their necks. And they use the neck, and tomorrow you're going to complain of a sore neck. So this is the right way. You lower the whole chest down, taking the neck with you, and then press down into the forearms and lift up. So we lower the chest, press the forearms and lift. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more. Drop your knees if you need to. Feeling that work through the shoulders. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out. A lot of work through the shoulders. We're going to come now into our long plank. That means your arms are nice and long, arms above your shoulders. Take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Again, you don't want to leave your body weight there. You want to shift forward like you're diving into your swimming pool. Make sure you're not here. You're going to pick up your hips, shoulders back and down. So the option to stay here, remember, at any time, land your knees if you need to. Tuck those toes and you're going to lift to one long line. So shoulders back and down, navel lifts up and in. You want to focus on keeping your shoulders and hips square to the mat. So take a breath in. Exhale, you're going to just lift one leg. Flex the foot. Make sure your hips stay square. Inhale, land the foot. Then pick up the other one. Breathing out. Eye gaze to the mat. Belly lifts up and in. Lower, breathe in. Let's go again. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Inhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lift. Keep your shoulders, hips square to the mat, lower down. Now we're going to add a press. Option to do it, or you can stay just with the leg lift. So lift the leg, you're going to lower. Push up. Lower the leg, pick up the other leg. Option, if you want to, is to do it on the knee. Choice is yours. Shoulders back and down. Let's try 2 more. Pick up the leg. We lower. Push. 1 more. Pick up the leg. Lower. Press. Land the toe. Land your knees. Press back. Child's pose. Lower your forehead. Walk your fingers away. And take a breather. Beautiful. Coming up, coming now into a side plank. So lots of work through those shoulders. That's why we did that shoulder exercise to begin with. Make sure your shoulders underneath your elbows underneath your shoulder. Option, if you need it, is your knee will be underneath your hip. You want to pick up that bottom hip as much as you can to take the load off the shoulder, and your top arm is going to be on top of your body. If you want to work harder, I'd like you to stagger your feet, and if you want to work to the max, you're going to stack them. Remember, you don't want to drop those hips. You want to lift. Spinal length starts from the crown of the head, one long line. So inhale, you're going to hover just off the mat. Exhale, squeeze your buttocks and lift up. Breathing in, lower. Press down through the forearm and lift, squeezing the buttocks. Inhale, lower. Exhale and lift. 3 more, lower. Exhale and lift. 2 more, looking straight ahead and lift. Last one. Hold it here. Lift the top arm. If you can, otherwise stay here. Lift your top leg, Pilates style. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg, lower the arm, lower the hip. Beautiful. Let's do it on the other side. So remember, each side feels different. Elbow is underneath the shoulder. Option, bottom knee down. Otherwise, feet are staggered. Otherwise, you're stacked. Shoulder above the elbow. You want to make sure this top hip doesn't roll, so keep it stacked. Squeeze the buttocks, look straight ahead. We lower, breathing in. Exhale and we lift. Lower and lift. Try squeezing your buttocks, engaging your inner thigh. Navel to spine. 3 more. Breathing out and in. 2 more and lower. Last one. Press down into that forearm. Top arm lifts. If you can, lift your top leg. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg, the arm, and lower the body. Beautiful. Pilates 100. Let's give yourself a nice big shoulder roll, and we're going to go all the way down to the mat. Scoot your feet in. So you want your feet to be hip distance apart, heels a comfortable distance from your butt, and place your arms in a low V. So just a reminder quickly, in this position, your pelvis needs to be neutral. Pubic bone to hip bones on the same level. Make sure you're not pressing. Make sure you're not arching. You want to find the midway point. Shoulders away from your ears. You're going to float your knees, tabletop. That means they're directly above your hips. You'll feel your lower back on the mat, but we're still in neutral. You're going to get that heart rate up. So I'd like you to curl up, tuck your chin, pull your shoulders away from your ears. You're going to pump your arms. Here's your breath. In, 2, 3. Watch the change, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep with that leg pattern. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Land your head if your neck's fatiguing. Now tuck that chin, open your chest. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Go for length. Back is on the mat. Halfway. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now lift your chest higher if you can. Can your legs go longer? Just further towards the mat. And lift your chest higher. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if your back is lifting, guys, stay here. And reach. 2, 3, 4, last 10. And in. 2, navel to spine. And out. 2, 3, 4. Hold it here. Bend your knees, tabletop. See if you can scoop up higher. Lift that chest. Breathe. And release. Well done. Hug your thighs in. Give yourselves a bit of a massage and release that lower spine. So if you felt any neck tension, that's perfectly normal. That will reduce as your abdominals get stronger. So now we're going to come into some side lying work. I'm just going to move my mic pack. So this is pretty challenging. I hope I don't fall over. You're going to make sure your top hip is on top of your bottom hip and your arm is above your body. Rest your head on your arm. Make sure you're not rolling forwards. You don't want to do that. And make sure you're not rolling back. So think about a line connecting the bottom hip to the top hip. Take a breath in. You want to think about lifting those ribs off the mat. That's going to help you keep your abdominals engaged. Exhale, you're going to lift your arms and you're going to lift the body. You're going to hold it. Try not to roll forward or back. For 4, 3, breathe. Last one. And release down. Well done. Bend those knees. Let's try it on the other side. So remember with that exercise, you're not trying to come into some lateral flexion. You're just trying to maintain that long line. So just look down your body first. Make sure you can see your toes and make sure that top hip is on top of the bottom hip. Again, each side might feel different. So breathing in, lift those ribs, navel to spine, lift your legs, and you're going to lift the arm. Hold it, breathe. Try and relax your neck. 4, squeeze in a thigh. Lots of glutes here, lots of legs. 2, 1, and release everything down. Beautiful. Let's roll over onto our bellies, coming into our swimming. So extend your legs, extend your arms. Remember this position, we talk about the Pilates triangle. Pubic bone, hip bones on, that forms a triangle. Make sure they don't leave the mat. Squeeze your buttocks, turn your heels inwards, rotate your knees outwards. Take a breath in, lift your navel towards your spine. Exhale, you're going to just lift both arms and legs off. I'm going to come into the full swimming. We're paddling, here's your breath. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2,
3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the option, if you need it, is to keep your arms still, but keep your legs kicking, eye gaze to the mat. Lift your navel up and in. Otherwise, you stay with the arms. Remember, it's about length. So you want to keep your hip bones firmly grounded. You want to reach your fingertips away from your toes. Lift your belly up and in to stay out of your lower back. Let go through your shoulders. Short, sharp breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Last 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything lifts up, breathe out, squeeze, 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 and release down. Good job. Hands on your shoulders. Press back, child's pose. Knees wide, toes together. Anchor your sit bones. Lower your forehead and walk your fingertips away from you. Beautiful stretch. And I'd like you to come to a seated position. Okay. So this one, you're going to make sure you want to move your arm a little bit away from your hip. You want to make sure your wrist, your hip, and that front heel are all in one long line. Top arms on your body and lift your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, you're going to squeeze your buttocks. You're going to try not to move your feet, and you want to arc your body. Letting your head relax and lifting. So your top hip, you want to lift it and let that top arm relax. Inhale, bend your knees, keeping your feet where they are, and laying back down. Check in, wrist, hip, ankle in alignment. Let's go again. Breathing in, lots of work through the shoulder stabilizers. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the inner thigh, and you want to create a C shape with your spine. Press down through your palm. Try to pull this bottom shoulder down, and try not to let that top hip roll forward. Just let your head hang, and then lower down. Lift your chest. Let's do one more. Breathing in, navel to spine. Press down and lift up. Squeeze the buttocks. Beautiful stretch for the side of the body. And lower down. Let's try it on the other side. So you're going to bring your foot just where that ankle is in the front. You're going to take your hand a little bit further away. You might want to adjust your arm once you've done the first one. Just see how you go. You want wrist, hip, and ankle all in a line. So you want to lift, breathing in, squeeze the buttocks, top arm on your knee, and you're going to lift up. So lift that bottom hip, squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your inner thigh. Inhale, and slowly land everything down. With control, let's do 2 more. So lifting up, squeeze the inner thigh. Try not to roll forward, that's the wrong way. You want to keep that top hip stacked, and you want to lift that bottom hip. Just relax that top arm, and we're going to lower down. Let's do 1 more, breathing in. Squeeze that inner thigh, lift that top hip, let your head hang, hold it, and lower down with control. Beautiful. Heart rate should be up. Got a little bit of a challenge for you now, a little bit of fun. We're going to do a 3-minute core challenge. Remember, you might not do all 3 minutes in the first lesson. It might take you a couple of goes to complete the 3 minutes, so don't try and do it all in 3 minutes if you can't. Take the level that works for you. 2 things to remember. Any neck strain or back strain, land your knees. So we're coming into an elbow plank. So your elbows under your shoulders. Your knees a little wider than your hips. Behind your hips, don't leave your weight there, you're shifting forward. So remember, if you need to take a break, try and keep the abdominals engaged for the full 3 minutes, but just land your knees, or you might just want to hold it. Otherwise, you're going to work up to that 3 minutes. We're going to lift the knees, and we're going to hold this for 1 minute. So don't worry, I've got my timer on, so I won't give you more time. Shoulders pull back and down, belly lifts up and in. Now you want to maintain that long line, guys. Try not to do this. Try not to drop your hips like this, because that'll load your back. You want one long line from the crown to the tailbone. Now try squeezing your buttocks. Try engaging your inner thigh, even though your legs are separated. Your neck is long, your eyes are to the mat. You've got 30 seconds to go. Lift your navel up and in. Try drawing those shoulders away. Create a soft V with your shoulder blades. So core position's a great one because it integrates all your core stabilizing muscles. You've got 15 seconds to go. We're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. 5 seconds to go, guys. 4, 3, 2, watch the change. You're going to lift one arm. Make sure you don't do this. Shoulders and hips stay square. 15 seconds here. Navel to spine. Remember, you can land your knees at any time. 3, 2, land the arm, pick up the other one. Make sure you're square, shoulders and hips to the mat, neck is long, 15 seconds. Navel to spine, breathe. 3, 2, land the arm. Now you're going to pick up one leg. Make sure those hips are square, shoulders back and down, belly up and in. Keep breathing, getting a little harder now. Don't you think? Let's land it and pick up the other leg. 15 seconds. Navel up and in, hips and shoulders square to the mat. Keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let's land the foot. Now we're going to lift one arm and the opposite leg. A little bit harder, 15 seconds. Don't rotate. Keep breathing. Navel to spine, hips and shoulders square. 2 more. 1, land, other side. Make sure you're square, guys. Belly up and in. Are you breathing? In through your nose, out through your mouth. 4, 3, 2, and we're not quite done. 30 seconds left, then you've made the 3 minutes. Shoulders back and down. Belly up and in. Breathe. Remember, you can land your knees at any time if you need to. Beautiful position, strengthening those arms, back, core, legs, whole body actually. Come on, we're heading for 15 seconds. Keep breathing, stay with me, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Neck is long, and you're done. Land your knees, press back, child's pose. Well done, guys. Oh, I don't know about you, but I need the break. Walk those fingers away, lower your forehead, and breathe. Anchoring those sit bones. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. We are done. So remember, you can work up to that at any time. You don't have to do the whole thing. We're going to target the back of the arms. That's a favorite one, especially for the ladies. And again, we're going to do this in levels. So you progress when you are ready. So I want you to roll back, rolling your hips towards your ribs. And depending on your elbows, you want to keep your elbow joints soft. So you might have elbows that hyperextend. So you want to make sure you soften that elbow joint. You're going to bring your fingertips towards your buttocks. You're going to lift your chest. Now make sure you're not loading your back. If you're doing that, that's going to load it. You want to draw your navel to your spine, and you want to roll your hips towards your ribs. Think of the back of the arm. That's what we're working. You're going to lower the body, upper body, and you're going to push up. Breathing in and breathing out. Now be mindful if you have a shoulder injury here. You might want to stay on this level and not progress. You're going to do 4 more and lift. So we're just using our own body weight here. 2 more and lift. Last one. Then we're going to go a little further. We're going to lift our hips. Now you want to make sure you're not just doing this. You want to bend your elbows. So we lower and lift. I do have a shoulder injury, so I'm going to try and do this all the way. Lower and squeeze the buttocks. Bending those elbows. You'll probably be able to go a little bit further than me, so I can't. You've got 4 more. Lower and lift. Bending those arms and lift. 2 more. Squeezing the buttocks. Last one. Hold it up. If you want to add on, come with me. You're going to lift that knee. Bending the elbows, guys, and extending the leg. Bend and extend. Navel to spine. 2 more and push. 1 more and push. Bend the knee tabletop. Make sure your hips are lifted. Make sure you're not down there. Pick up the other leg. We bend and extend. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. One more, navel to spine, hold it up, bend, lower hips are lifted, land your butt. Oh, and let's shake out the arms. Nice big shoulder roll, shaking out those arms. And we're going to come into our next exercise. We're going to target the back, I think, so let's roll on over. Come onto your belly. Just to stretch through those back muscles. Balance on your nose. Think about your Pilates triangle. Squeeze your buttocks, turn your heels in. Rotate your knees out. So take a breath in, navel to spine. Let's pick up the chest, keeping those arms light. Squeeze your buttocks. Exhale and release forward. And again, breathing in, up you come. Exhale and lower down. So extending the back of the bodies and stretching through the front. Breathing in, your neck is long. And lower down. Let's do one more. Keep the arms light. Breathing in, navel to spine. Squeeze the buttocks. Exhale and lower down. Hands under your shoulders. Press back, child's pose. We're going to come back to those triceps and work the chest as well. So now a lot of people feel this exercise in their wrist joint. So what I suggest, even if you've got good wrists, is just fold your mat, because that will help take the flexion out of your wrist joint. So place your knees a bit wider than your hips. Bring your body weight forward. Make sure you're not dropping the hips. We're going to lower, 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 and lift. Here's your breath. In, and lift. In, tucking the elbows to the ribs, because you want to work the back of the arm, the tricep. 4 more, in, and lift. Don't let your hips drop. 3 more, in, and lift. 2 more, in, and lift. 1 more, in. Now stay here. Just change your hand position and bring them a little wider, and your hands in. We're working the chest now. Breath pattern changes. Lower down for 1, push up. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, drop, and shoo, shoo, shoo. Navel to spine, drop. Now remember, you don't have to go all the way down. You might only get here. That's okay. You're still working. 4 more. In, and lift. 3 more. Elbows now go out because we're targeting the chest. 2 more. In, and lift. 1 more. In, and push up. Press back, child's pose. Beautiful. Walk your fingers away, anchor your sit bones, and breathe into the stretch. Beautiful. Coming up. Just sit comfortably. Give yourself a nice big shoulder roll. So, ladies, is working the arms, the shoulders, working the core as well. And let's go the other way. Up and around, navel to spine. Just releasing through those shoulders. Last one, take a big breath in. Exhale, you're going to lean to the side, stretching the side of the body. Come back to the center, drop your shoulders, and exhale to the other side. Beautiful. Well done. Great job, guys. Head to my website for more workouts. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye for now.